today's episode of The Unwritten Rule, we are going to do some rumors talk for football. We also have some schedule stuff that we didn't get to last show, a couple of non-con game times, and then, we're going to talk some recruiting, transfer portal stuff, just take a look at a few rumors. There's official visits starting to go on here now that we're in June, so going to get you guys on the radar of a couple of recruits. Also have a schedule thing for basketball to talk about. So just some recruiting news, maybe some speculation, all that fun stuff. So we'll get into that. And then with quick hits, we're just doing Ken Sports Shorts and Dirty Birds for quick hits, because then we're doing another Mount Rushmore. I mentioned it's Mount Rushmore season. We got the Mount Rushmore of snacks, very hotly contested Mount Rushmore. So we will do that one for you guys. If you have any Mount Rushmore suggestions, put them in the comments. It would be much appreciated, because we will do any and all ideas. So, good show. Again, football rumors season in full swing here in the summertime. And then got some basketball we'll talk as well. So great show for you guys to dive into and complete with a Mount Rushmore. With that, the Unwritten Rule starts right now.
Marcel, where are you going with that disc? You are not putting that on again. Marcel, okay, if you press that button, you are in very, very big trouble.
Attention. Everybody stop what you're doing. It's time for The Unwritten Rule, a Mizzou sports podcast brought to you by the Believe Network, alongside Peyton Haverman and Kenny Van Doren. Here is your host, Jack Knowlton.
Welcome back to The Unwritten Rule. Today is Monday, June 3rd. And we got some more game times for Mizzou football. A couple of more of these non-conference matchups, as you can see on the screen if you're watching on the YouTube. I think these got announced just before, or I think it was like on Friday, but we didn't get to them in that show. So we're tacking them off now. But we got week 2 and week 3 for Mizzou, which if you don't remember and you're not watching on the YouTube, week 2 is September 7th versus Buffalo. That game is 6 p.m. Central Time on SEC Network Plus or ESPN Plus. Thank you, Callum McKendry, by the way, for tweeting all this information. Week 3, the following week, September 14th, at home against Boston College. Nice 11:45 a.m. kickoff on the SEC Network. These are the games that truly, make you as a Mizzou fan. Sometimes I feel like sitting through an 11:45 kick against Boston College. Obviously, I would hope both these are wins, but I think it's exciting, Peyton Kenny. We're getting game times. It just feels like the college football season is coming closer. I think we're 84 days away or something I saw. So just exciting to have at least kickoff times to look forward to.
Yeah, there's not much to analyze with either. If Mizzou is going to have any sort of nice season here, I mean, these both have to be wins and probably pretty big wins. The only thing that kind of stuck out to me, I don't think I've ever seen an 11:45 a.m. kick, so that's a bit odd. It's better than the old 11 a.m., gives you an extra almost hour, so there is that. And it is on SEC Network. It's an ACC opponent. It's Bill O'Brien coming to Faroe. Again, should be a relatively easy win for Mizzou. That should not really be one that you struggle much with, but and then Buffalo, the more night kicks you get, the better. I always think night kicks are way more fun. It's SEC Network Plus territory, but night games are cool.
Remember when Bill O'Brien was the head coach at Auburn, and we were the first on the scene to report that because we saw on his Wikipedia page that it was changed. Guess the deal never fully went through. One thing about the Buffalo game, Betsy Polgar Bowl, Tyler Stevens Bowl.
That's true.
Hopefully those two guys get a chance to play in this game. I don't know how much overlap there still is there with the roster of guys they probably played with, but still very cool to play your former team at home with your new team.
There you go. That's what we call reaching for nuggets. Good job, Kenny. Way to find some connections to Buffalo. This also just reminded me, I mean, both these games are at home, thankfully, of just the weirdness. We were talking right before we recorded this, just weird games Mizzou has on its future schedules. Thanks to Mr. Jim Sturk. They're at Miami of Ohio next year in 2025. They're at San Diego State. And then I saw another one. They're at North Texas in 2030. So who knows? Maybe the Mean Green will be a powerhouse by that point. But just some.
And of course, the famous they're at UMass this year, which is
Right.
just so bad. They could very well be a top 10 team in the nation going to play at UMass. That is awful.
Yeah, pretty. It's funny, but at the same time, it's like if you want to like establish yourself among the elite of college football, you can't be playing at UMass as a top 10 team. Like, what are we doing here?
Well,
feel like-
Florida went to play at USF. I know USF is or not Florida. Alabama went to play at USF last
That's
year.
true.
It's
They
not
at least got to
exactly
play in
the
the
same.
NFL stadium. They didn't
Yeah,
have to play in
USF
a-
is better, but I mean, it's weird that stuff like that happens.
Yeah, I don't know. Just goofy games. Again, they should all be wins. So I just think it's nice to finally, you look at a kickoff time. You have a date, a time, a TV schedule. It just reminds you that we're creeping ever closer to the start of football season. I'm so excited for what Mizzou's gonna cook up this year. And speaking of that, how they're trying to stay on top of college football, Peyton and Kenny. It's also rumor season, visit season for recruits, big stuff for transfers as well. Mizzou maybe not done in the portal. There's a report here from Matt Zenitz from 24/7. Mizzou is linked to a defensive lineman, Simeon Barrow, who was at Michigan State for 3 years and then transferred to Miami, committed there earlier in May. But it looks, at least according to this report, that things appear to be up in the air with that commitment. So he might come back on the market. And Zenitz said Mizzou is a team to watch for this guy. So it could be a good defensive lineman addition. 36 tackles, 3.5 sacks last season at Michigan State. Peyton Kenny.
Yeah, and I also think it's worth mentioning now that it's out in the open that Gabe DeArmond actually, of course, had this one first, but of course it was on Power Mizzou. So he was on top of this one. Simeon Barrow, like you mentioned, Jack, I mean, it was someone Mizzou wanted like a few of the D tackles that were in the spring window. There's some big names that Mizzou was after. Didn't come out on top, but I mean, Zenitz is kind of making it sound like this is not really like this Miami commitment is just not going to happen with the if/when Barrow and Miami part ways there. And these guys don't put they don't say Missouri seems to be a possibility for no reason. Mm-hmm. Like those are always kind of like we think this is going to happen, but we're going to cover ourselves with the phrasing of it. It happened with Blake Baker, most notably, that Mizzou fans might remember. So this would be a very big get for them, especially because it seems like Mizzou really wanted Barrow or Dominic Williams, just one of those big D tackles. They seem to think this would be the final piece of the puzzle. So.
Yeah, and don't forget, there's a pipeline now. If Simeon Barrow does go to Mizzou from Michigan State with Zion Young already on the team, and looking at the size comparison, just looking at that photo, I mean, he just looking at him, he has a similar build to Darius Robinson. I wanted to look it up and just kind of see the sizing. D-Rob does have 2 inches on him and 6 pounds, but they just seem like the same kind of force of what D-Rob was when he was a defensive tackle. So I mean, he has the experience, he has the mold of what the Tigers have looked for in the past. So it would be a huge pickup and just bolster that defensive line if he does part ways with the Hurricanes.
Yeah, he's a veteran. I mean, had good numbers, like you said, last year. So great to hear. And like Peyton said, I think that can't be stressed enough. These recruiting reporters don't just tweet Missouri. They'll tweet, I guess, more for high school recruits. These are 5 teams to watch, or if a guy releases the top 5. But for transfers, you don't say like Missouri seems to be on the cards if you don't have some sort of info backing that. So, I think definitely keep an eye on this one. So Simeon Barrow, named to keep an eye on for sure. Hopefully we can steal him over from the Canes. Other recruiting stuff, or I guess more high school recruiting instead of transfers. It's timelines and stuff. We're getting into June, so there's going to be a bunch of official visit weekends. The first one, we're kind of recording here at the end of it, as you can see on the graphic here for this commit, this is Epi Apensa, who's a 4-star out of Illinois, I believe. And so he was just on campus. First of all, I think all 3 of us take issue with this graphic. We don't love the big locked in, and then you think maybe it's a commit graphic. You're actually just locked in for an OV. But so we have a bunch of official visit weekends. So Apensa's visiting. Another big one who is on campus this weekend, Michael Fasusi, the 5-star offensive tackle. That's a big one to watch for Mizzou. And then the Tigers got a future cast as well for a guy named Jacob Washington, who's out of Louisiana. He's a 4-star receiver. He will take an OV June 7th. I know that's a lot of information. Obviously, there's going to be a bunch of names to keep an eye on for the Tigers, Peyton Kenny. But just overall, I mean, I just mentioned 2 high-end 4-stars and a 5-star recruit, all in line for OVs. One of them as a future cast. Big-time stuff, I think, for the Tigers at the start of the summer on the recruiting trail.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's pronounced Epinesa, just because he is the brother or related in some way, I do know, to AJ Epinesa, who went to Iowa. So Iowa kind of has the legacy tie there, so that might be kind of tough to beat out. We'll see what Mizzou can do. I'm not going to doubt anything this staff does recruiting-wise, especially considering the start they have to this cycle even. Washington is just one of several wide receivers that big wide receivers that Mizzou is after. Javen Boggs, of course, is the most notable one. It feels like Matt Zollers has to mention that he wants Javen Boggs to come to Mizzou every single time. So Jacob Washington would just be another 4-star in the mix oh my gosh, I don't know why I blanked on his name, considering I think he should be like a head coach right now. Jacob Peeler, who is just easily the best position coach on the staff. All in all, good stuff for Mizzou, getting all these guys to come on OVs, very high level recruits. It's just kind of the norm for Drinkwitz and company now, especially with having actual success last season. I mean, that makes it even easier for them. So we'll see what happens.
Interesting enough, Jacob Washington doesn't have an offer from LSU. Being a 4-star and ranked 14th in the state, I think something would fall his way. But right now, the Tigers don't have an offer out for him, so there's good pull there. We've noted it before, but LSU being one of the only SEC schools without another Power 5 team, Power 4 team in its own state to compete with. So there's usually not much competition battling the in-state guys, but schools like Texas and Alabama, Ole Miss will make polls in there. And Mizzou is starting to do that as well with Washington, especially with the future cast coming in from Sam, who recently joined back, Sam Spiegelman, who came back to rivals from On3 in the last 2 weeks. The one thing I do like about Michael Fasusi, and we've talked about it at length before, I do like the idea of getting a premier offensive tackle to join your quarterback of the future in the same class. And you're getting a quarterback every cycle, and we've seen Drinkwitz do that. But to see Matt Zollers and Michael Fasusi coming in the same class is just a big deal to me. I think you want that left tackle, you want that quarterback of the future coming in in the same ranks and make them develop at the same time together. Michael Fasusi might see himself on an offensive line quicker than Matt Zollers might see himself under center, but it's still good to have that connection moving forward, because you want that left tackle to be the best protection he can for your quarterback that you want to win, SEC championships and even beyond that.
Yeah, Fasusi will be an interesting one. So Mizzou's obviously he's just wrapping up. When you're listening to the show, he'll have just wrapped up his OV there. He goes to A&M next, then Oklahoma, and then Texas, all kind of closer to home for him than Mizzou. So it'll be that'll be a lot of competition. But you're right, if Drink can pull that off, I mean, Rivals just ranked him the number 10 prospect overall. He's a 5-star, so they clearly think pretty highly of him. And I kind of dig it's weird with OVs. We've talked about this on the show before, whether you want to be first or last. I don't hate the idea that, you see Michael Fasusi tweeting, starting with a bang. Mizzou can kind of, maybe make up some ground if they've started to fall behind in Oklahoma or Texas. And, you kind of become a tone setter when you get that first OV. You let the kid know, really this is what we can offer you. And then that kid's comparing, Oklahoma, A&M, and Texas to what Mizzou has kind of been telling him. So, I think it can work both ways. I think that'll be interesting. Definitely recruitment we'll keep an eye on with that as he goes through his OVs. That reminded me of something also, Peyton Kenny, that I wanted to bring up with you guys. Is I was listening to Matt Zollers. I don't know if you guys watched this. He was at the On3 Elite Series thing, which is like basically just a seminar for a bunch of recruits. And he talked to Andy Staples at that. And I thought he made a really interesting point about something, because he talked about, what was really selling him on Mizzou. And he was like, he kind of dove into obviously his good relationships with Drinkwitz and Kirby Moore. But he said something I liked, where he was like, I know when I go into this team, like, I love Kirby Moore. I think he's a great coach. I think he could be a head coach somewhere. But I'm going into this team, because I know it's Drinkwitz's offense. And I know that, if something shifts around, he basically implied that if he knows something shifts around as an offensive coordinator, he won't be, left in the dark with having to, learn a new playbook and stuff like that. I thought that was an interesting dynamic, because, of course, we saw Blake Baker get poached on the defensive end. You think maybe Kirby Moore gets some looks, especially if Missouri has another good season. But it seems like Drinkwitz is telling a lot of these top offensive guys, hey, you're coming to learn my system. I'm staying here, and, we'll bring the right coaches in to coach you up. But no matter who that is, you're not going to have to learn like 4 new playbooks in 4 seasons or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's always good to have. I'm sure as long as Drinkwitz is around, you probably won't have to worry about too many decommitments if staff members leave. I mean, did Mizzou lose anybody with Blake Baker besides Kevin Peoples? I don't think
decommitments, yes.
Yeah, decommitments. I don't think they lost anyone, but
they lost the Alabama defensive tackle that flipped to Syracuse.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is right.
It's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, that is true. But, I mean, even then, I mean, that's one guy, really. So it wasn't a whole ton of attrition like you'd expect with a lot of guys. Also, I'm sure the NIL does not hurt. I'm just going to state it point blank, front and center. The NIL for Matt Zollers, I'm sure, is also quite nice. As long as that's there, you also probably won't have to worry about too many guys jumping ship.
Yeah.
The coaches like to tell these players too, you're not committing to me, you're committing to the program, and you're committing to the school. And that's always a good thing. And it's good that Matt Zollers is mature enough, at this age in his high school career, that he knows that and he accepts it. He's committing to this program. He's not just committing to one specific coach. And that's always a good thing to know moving forward. Is this guy going to leave after his freshman season because he's not playing, or is he going to stay and, be a part of the process of becoming a starting quarterback at the University of Missouri in 1 to 2 seasons?
He said a lot of other good things. I just think I'm confident in this, guy kind of working out in the college level. He's already talked to Kirby Moore about some, playbook stuff, and like already starting to kind of, learn the offense slowly but surely. He said a kind of funny thing. He's very much recruiting, as well. We've seen that on Twitter and stuff like that. But he was almost like, he said to Andy Staples, he was like, it almost kind of feels like I'm playing Madden, and I can kind of pick and choose who I want, to come join and come play for me, which I think, again, obviously that's not ultimately how it works. The kids decide, but I think it again kind of speaks, to Mizzou, the pull they kind of have where, Matt Zollers can come talk to these other, high-end kids and say, hey, we're building something here. I want to play with you. Come, join and be a part of this. I don't know. That might be reading into it a little bit too much. I did overall just like the fact that he said he feels like he can build his own Madden team. I think we should give Matt Zollers the reins in the 2026 class to see what he can do. See how many commitments he can land by himself. Who needs area recruiters? But anyway, I just liked what he had to say. Like I said, I think Andy Staples tweeted that video. It's like 9 minutes, so you can go watch that if you want all of what he said. But I wanted to mention that. So yeah, a lot to watch on the recruiting trail. We'll have our eye on it. We got that big OV weekend too at the end of June to keep an eye on as well. Segueing, we got a quick thing for basketball as well. More scheduling. We got the Memphis game rematch. Next season's game between Mizzou and Memphis will be November 4th, which is the opening night of the 2024 college basketball season. And it will be in Memphis at the FedEx Forum. So rematch. This game, I don't know. This game for me last year, I felt like helped really set the tone for what what last season ended up being, which was bad. So, hopefully Mizzou treats it or it becomes a tone-setting game, kind of the opposite effect, and hopefully kicks this team on. It's a good non-con result for them.
Yep, we're going to find out a lot about this next iteration of Mizzou on opening night. I mean, there's no way around it. This is a big, really important game for just proving what you can be, for tournament building resume stuff. I mean, it's a game you really, really, really gotta win, I think, in my mind, if you're Dennis Gates, because a win on the road at Memphis to open the season when last season, I mean, Memphis just straight up, I mean, there was no way. I mean, Mizzou had one of the worst offensive halves I've ever seen in the second half of the game against Memphis last year. A win would go a long way in this one. I kind of don't like having it on opening night. I always like to go into these games, go into the season super excited. I like watching blood donors just get kind of smacked around by Mizzou's like new transfers.
That's a good term. I've never heard that term.
Oh, I've heard it. I didn't make that up. I stole it, but
that's a good one.
Like last year, the Arkansas Pine Bluff game was a blast. I kind of like those types of games to start the year. But hey, if Mizzou win, this is kind of like a high risk, high reward for me. Like if you win this game, you're gonna have the fan base completely energized. It's gonna be in the middle of football season, so I mean, it could be all-time high morale for Mizzou, because I think the Oklahoma game is just a few days after this as well in football. So pretty big week for Mizzou athletics.
Yeah, it's on a Monday. I wish this game happened 2 years earlier, because I don't know if this is around the same time, but it was definitely in November, Peyton, that we took a trip to Memphis for a class at the University of Missouri. Yeah. Think about how awesome that would have been. Marty Steffens, shout her out. She took us to Memphis, and I hope she does it this year, where she takes the crew to Memphis and they go to this game while they're on that journalism trip. That'd be pretty sick. I know Memphis is kind of in like a little bit of turmoil. I think they dropped a staff member in the last week. It's just been a revolving door of assistants. I mean, Memphis has not lived up to any hype that it had 3 or 4 years ago. It's a fun game. I like what Peyton said. You know, you want that first game of the season just to be some smaller end team, and you get to see JV Brown maybe shoot a shot with the time expiring at the end of the game. And but I hope we get to see some of the freshmen mix into this one. You know, hopefully it's on a positive side for Mizzou. But I'm excited just for the season to start. It's just I need any kind of basketball to erase what happened last year.
You mentioned the turmoil. I'm looking to think. I think Memphis only has like 7 players right now.
Yeah, it's bad.
Things always are weird. It feels like every second Penny Hardaway has been the coach there, it has just been a weird situation at Memphis. Like they always wind up finding a way to get like a pretty fun team together because they just have a very good NIL state. But very nice M dash is there. John Rothstein dash. But no, I mean, last year Memphis, I mean, on paper, it looked like a good non-con game, and it was for a bit. I mean, Memphis wound up being an okay team. They had a really good start, but ultimately flamed out. I'm sure they'll find a way to be like a team that can maybe sneak its way onto the bubble this season. So this is going to be kind of an important one for Mizzou.
They do have some pretty fun transfers, actually. They always do. They got Tyrese Hunter from Texas, who is a name people might know. Dane Danger.
Oh, Dane Danger. Didn't Musa Cisse go back to Memphis?
Musa Cisse is back in Memphis. They got Colby Rogers from Wichita State, who's pretty good. So, but yeah, I think they only have they're weird. Yeah, we'll know more about their roster. Obviously, that game's a long way away, but yeah, I think you guys make some good points. It's an interesting test at the beginning of the season, so we'll see if Dennis gets the boys ready for it. But Memphis, November 4th, return game of the home and home from last year will happen. Let's segue, boys. We got quick hits and then Mount Rushmore to get to, so we'll do quick hits first.
This fucking thing. I'm sorry.
Okay, quick hits time.
Look at all these ads on Sporkle, man.
Sporkle is a terrible website. I
love Sporkle, but look at these ads.
Yeah, we're getting like dog health ads. Become an Orange member. There you go. No free ads for Sporkle. Or I guess we are giving free ads because we're showing all the ads that Sporkle has on it. Anyway, with that Sporkle talk, you know what that means. It's Ken Sports Shorts time. Ken, what's our sports shorts?
It's Shaquille O'Neal's missing teammates. Can you determine which of Shaq's teammates are missing from each photo? It's going to be pretty straightforward. It'll give you the name of the teammate, and there's going to be a bunch of photos. So if you're listening to the podcast, this won't be a little bit tough for you. But if you watch on the YouTube, you'll be able to see the photos will pop up, and there's a player missing in them. And then at the top, it'll ask which player is which. So it'll be pretty quick. We have 3 minutes. There's 9 photos. Are you guys ready?
I don't think I'm going to be very helpful with this one, but
it's going to be very easy.
Hit it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Where's the Cavs? Okay, well that's the It's the Cavs one.
Oh, so we picked the thing. Okay, so Allen Iverson.
East All-Stars?
Yeah, well, hold up. Because I feel like it's either that. Was Allen Iverson on Team USA? Probably not. I feel
would
like
guess
it's got to be the short
No,
guy
it's
right?
Allen Iverson's
Gotta be
outline.
Allen Iverson.
That's Allen Iverson's outline in the East All-Stars.
Yeah. Nash is
Steve
the
Nash.
Phoenix one on the right in the middle.
Yeah.
No,
Phoenix.
Yeah. KG's on
Celtics.
the top left. Kobe's got to be that one on the top right?
Yeah, Lakers.
Yeah. Horace Grant's the Magic. That's on the left in the middle.
Good call. Rocket. Wait. No, it would be Team USA. Duh.
Yeah. Lonzo Mourning's the Heat, bottom left.
Yep. Wow, that was really easy.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
That one.
There you go. Thought it was fun. They cut out the photos, and you get to pick which one they are.
Google
I wish it had been that.
I wish they did Muhammad Abdul or Ralph, I think. I wish they did him like first or second, because I would have probably.
It's random every time. The first time I did it, I think my first one was Steve Nash or Kobe.
How'd you do by yourself?
I got them all. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
It is pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward.
I wanted it to be where you write in the name, but that wasn't an option.
That would have been way harder.
Mm-hmm.
Good
quiz.
No,
Good
yeah,
quiz.
good. That was a good one. I like that one, Kenny. Good job.
Shout out Sporkle for all the ads. Kenny, what's your
dirty birds?
My dirty bird of the week. This game's going on right now while we're recording, and it's still 1-0 as of 12:24 p.m. But South Carolina is facing James Madison in an elimination game, and Mike Mancini worked at 8-pitch at bat, and on the 9th pitch, he rocketed a homer against the Gamecocks. Of course, those Gamecocks are birds, the dirty birds of the week. Weekend for me right now. This game's still going on, but 405 feet from Mike Mancini. And if you're wondering, he has no relation to Trey Mancini or Joey Mancini, who's in AA for the Astros.
dude? He nuked that thing.
Lovely. Yeah, college baseball, man. It's been kind of a rough one for SEC teams. Florida's out, or Florida's close to out. Vanderbilt is out. I know Vanderbilt's out. LSU is down big to Wofford. Arkansas had Hagen Smith on the mound and got rocked by Kansas State. Yeah,
While
Alabama's out.
Mizzou's out, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah, Mizzou did
Mizzou
not
was
have.
Robbed.
Mizzou was robbed of being allowed in the tournament. We were left off
Right.
the bubble. Damn shame. Yeah, that guy's. So he's the number 1 pick, right?
Who? Jack Cagley?
No, wait.
No.
None of these guys on screen are number 1 overall pick.
No.
I thought this guy was a really good prospect. That's why Kenny did this.
No.
Kenny doesn't love
You
this.
just
Just did a
did it
homer
to-
and a 9-pitch at bat.
You just did it to diss South Carolina.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, dude, if this home run's anything to go on, this kid should be a pick. Far home run. I don't
All right,
know.
what's next?
What's your dirty bird, Baden?
My dirty bird of the week. We're gonna go with some Mizzou lore here. Boo Smith, who everyone will lovingly remember from the 2020 team. He's still kicking, guys. He was in Chiefs minicamp that one time. That didn't pan out, but now he's playing in the Arena League, not the Arena Football League, the Arena League, a brand new league. You'll see the tweet here from Matt Derrick. Kansas City has a team in the Arena League. The Goats, which is the team from Kansas City, run some clock and then use a double pass throwback ending with a touchdown pass to who else? Boo Smith. Big night for the former Mizzou
Look
receiver.
at that score.
Goats 77, Harbor Monsters 46. Now, why did I pick this one? Because it's the Arena League, and the Arena League is the commissioner of this league. It's a 4-team league. First of all, they play 6-on-6 football. The commissioner is Tim Brown, NFL Hall of Fame wide receiver and former Heisman winner. That has nothing to do with the Bird. The Bird is Boo Smith himself because he went to Raytown. Raytown is the Blue Jays. So yeah, there you go. The Arena League debuted. Boo Smith is in it. There's star power in this league.
So is this the league? Is this not the league that's been going on for a bit? Where like
Nope.
I know
It's brand new.
This is brand new.
Yep.
What makes
Eau
it
Claire's
different
getting
from
a team. Eau Claire,
what makes it-
Wisconsin is getting a team.
Are they really? Wow.
Yes.
What makes this different from the one league where I know like that? Like what was the one like Jared Lorenzen played in?
I do not watch the other Arena Football League. This one is like 6-on-6 football. There's 2 referees. Fans get to rate the performance of referees. I know.
Okay.
So it's a different entity.
It's not the fan-controlled league. That's different too, right?
No, that is also different.
Johnny Manziel played in that. I know that.
People should just give it up. Give up on your dreams.
They're
They're not obtainable.
I've enjoyed some UFL games on ESPN.
Yeah, and all the
Phil
15
Floyd.
people that attend those now.
Hey, you got to be loyal to your Houston Roughnecks.
I don't even know
St.
where they
Louis
play
Battlehawks.
anymore.
Don't say that to Battlehawks fans. They take it seriously.
They do. The St. Louis Battlehawks, they love their Battlehawks. I found a Twitter account that was like a forum dedicated to like that had the link in the bio was like a forum for Battlehawks football. Which I was like, that's respect. Nice. Arena football, 77-46. No defense being played in that game. My dirty bird of the week
on 6,
fellas, is Real Madrid. Their bird connection. I didn't really think about it, but I put him in anyway. Actually, they signed this French guy who France's logo is a bird. There's a bird connection. Real Madrid, they won the Champions League the other day. They beat Borussia Dortmund from Germany. Obviously, if they were playing Bayer Leverkusen, they would have lost because Bayer Leverkusen is the greatest team ever. But Real Madrid, guys, I've got some stats for you. They've now won 15 Champions Leagues, which is the biggest competition in Europe that you can win. No team in Europe has won more than 7. And since 2011, I have another stat. They've never lost a final in the Champions League since, I believe, 1987. Every final they get to, they've won. And then since 2011, they've won the Champions League more times than they've lost it. So they are very dominant. And then they just signed who you have on screen right now, Kylian Mbappe, a name I think most people know, even if you're not a big soccer fan. One of the best forwards in the world. They're already really good, so they're going to be really dominant for a long time. So I'm making them the dirty bird because no one likes a winner and no one likes a dynasty. Everyone wants to see them fall, but Real Madrid's very good. That's in summary. That's what this is. I'm opening up to feedback. I'm not moving on until one of you says something.
You were speaking a different language with some of those things.
You might as well have been speaking.
Neither of you guys watched the final?
No, I didn't watch it.
I almost did, but my car battery died, so I didn't get to watch it. But if you
okay.
were talking Bundesliga, Peyton and I would have been
It was
all
a
ears.
Bundesliga team. They beat.
Yeah, I
They
know.
beat Bundesliga.
Dortmund.
It was not Bayer Leverkusen. So
Next year, we're going to win it.
Bayer Leverkusen will be in the Champions League next year. So yeah, they may play Real Madrid.
Javi Alonso.
Yes, he's staying. Oh, but yeah, Real Madrid's gonna be really good for a long time. That's my dirty bird.
I know that Mbappe, isn't he the one that like became a huge deal because of like how he did in the World Cup once?
Yes.
Like, when he was really young.
Yeah, I mean he kind of burst onto the scene a couple years ago, and he's still pretty young. He's gonna be the best player in the world for a number of years. He's very good, and now he's going to Madrid. So it's gonna be a tough team to beat for many, many years. Anyway, let's finish the show. We got the Mount Rushmore. We're gonna do Mount Rushmore of snacks. Should be a good one. We'll close out the show with that. Okay, we're gonna finish the show with Mount Rushmore. We did the video game covers. We're segueing away from sports for this one. We're gonna do Mount Rushmore of snacks. Before we spin the wheel and decide who goes first, which the wheel's already spinning. Maybe that's just the animation.
It's the wind.
The wind, yeah, the internet wind. So I think we need to define like what constitutes a snack, because I think like, should we just let it go pick by pick? Because I think like, is candy a snack or is that its own
Yes.
sub thing? Yes.
I would say snacks are something you eat just kind of like as a quick fill me up that like aren't a full, like obviously can't substitute a full meal. Like you can't eat snacks to have a full meal. Like you can't eat candy as a whole meal. So I would say that can be a snack.
Okay, that my more distinction was, I was like, is it a dessert kind of, or a snack? Like,
No, I don't think
but
it's really a
It's a
dessert.
snack.
yeah, you put them in more snack. All right. That opens up some options for me. All right, now that that's defined, spin away, Kenny. Control this wind. Who's going first?
Oh, look who it is!
Back to back.
Rigged.
Yeah.
Rigged wheel.
This is all redemption for what happened last year with this.
The same thing again.
Yeah.
Rigged is
Nice.
a bullshit wheel.
Well done, Kenny. I'm glad you fixed the results.
Yep.
Rigged. My half was clearly smaller on there. Clearly.
Okay, and
All
can
right,
I go like if I so
You
since
should
I
make,
have the
can, you,
first
can you
pick,
do it like sections, Kenny, where you make them like smaller? Like you should make one like of you really small and see if it still lands on it.
That's not how that works.
I don't think you can do that. Sorry.
if
Bill.
I so can I like if I want to go with chips, do I have to like specify what type of
Yes.
chip?
No, yeah, you got to specify.
Like to a brand or a
Yes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
just a brand?
Potato chip. Yes. You get all of them.
I get every potato chip.
Every potato
Okay.
chip.
Well, with the first pick, then I'm gonna go with Doritos, the classic, the
Bros,
the
Doritos.
world famous. I'm going with Doritos. I mean, it's got to be. It's in the snack Hall of Fame. I mean, that's an easy one.
They should make a snack Hall of Fame. That's a good idea.
You
I
would
think
not
this
get
one's
many visitors that look like they're on the up and up in life at the snack Hall of Fame. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I went to a snack Hall of Fame, that's probably a sign to make some changes.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know where the restroom is? Oh, I don't work here. I don't work here. Okay, my first pick, good first pick, Peyton. Everyone loves Doritos, especially if you
Hey,
go to
you're
Taco Bell.
All right, I'm down.
My first pick, this one's pretty easy. I'm gonna go with just traditional M&Ms. I think.
okay.
I don't have to pick a specific one, right? I can just
No,
like
I mean
the
regular.
green
yeah,
M&M. Like
blue
I don't have
M&M.
No, you don't have to pick the color of M&M.
because if so, I'll
That could
take
be
the
it-
green M&M
That could be its
before
only draft.
green M&M of pre-2020.
All right.
Jack.
That dude,
Good pick.
I thought I was gonna be golden with M&Ms. I wanted M&Ms. Damn. All right, that hurts. That hurts. I will go with my first pick. I'm gonna take the best cookie in the world, the Oreo cookie. It's my first snack.
That is a snack. I would say.
Yeah, it's a snack. I mean,
Yeah.
especially like
That's
the
more
minis.
snacky than desserty.
Do you guys like any particular style of Oreo
Thin.
or just the regular one?
When I eat Oreos, I like to really feel like I hate myself, so I like to go with mega stuff personally. Sometimes I like to take double stuff and put like a mega stuff in between double stuff and just really hate myself as it's going down.
To this day, I still only eat the inside part. I don't like the outside.
You're a
What?
sick man.
Yeah, I just eat the cream. It's good.
Okay.
I really like it.
Splitting it apart and eating the cream first, completely normal.
Yeah,
I wouldn't eat
Throwing
the cookie
out
after.
the cookie after that is bizarre.
You don't do that.
I do. I haven't had an Oreo in a while, probably since I lived with you, Jack. But that's what I usually like to do.
That's insane behavior.
Wow, that is.
Please roast.
And then you
him.
put the cookies back in the box in the little tray.
Then what do you do with them?
Somebody's getting a very
Hope someone
weird
else eats it.
Just the cookie part of the Oreo. Yeah, that's insane.
man.
All
That
right.
should be not. That should be illegal. But what's your second pick, Jack?
I'm between a couple, and it's more like I'm trying to strategize because I don't want these to get taken. and I feel like we all do like this snack, so I think I'm going to be pretty safe and take it now. Give me Cheez-Its.
Okay.
I will take
Yeah.
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its would have been on my big board if I
I
was
like.
making them.
I think almost any kind of Cheez-It is good. I actually like the extra toasty Cheez-Its, which all those are the burnt Cheez-Its from the factory that they just decided to sell because you can.
They're good.
They are
I
very
like
good.
your toasty.
I think that's my favorite variety. I will go Cheez-Its.
I'm gonna stick like in that vein. I'm gonna take Pringles, but sour cream and onion Pringles. I think those are the best ones in my opinion. The green can, if you don't know, I could also go with the regular red can, the original, but I like the sour cream and onion.
That's the best flavor. That's a good pick. I 100% agree with that one.
Shout out Nick Pringle, former future Missouri Tiger. Putting him in the category.
Yeah. And Byron Pringle.
Great corner.
Byron Pringle season. I'm going to stick in the chip game. I'm going to go with Lay's salt and vinegar. I think that is my favorite personally. Again, I don't know if I can just take all of Lay's, but I'm going to just...
you just get all of Lay's. We're not going to do, I mean, I don't want, this draft would be boring if it's like, oh, Kenny's going to take Lay's barbecue.
Well,
I'm going to take Lay's sour cream and onion.
Peyton did take a specific type of Dorito.
Yeah, I didn't take a specific type of Dorito.
Oh, you did?
Oh, I did?
You said you took just regular Dorito.
You get all of the Doritos, but you can say what your favorite one is.
Okay. Well, if I'm doing that, then spicy nacho Doritos. If I'm doing that for Lay's, salt and vinegar.
Okay.
And then my second pick,
third pick.
I've gone with two incredibly unhealthy options. Let's go into the healthy realm. Okay. I could take this last, and there's no chance I could take this in the 8th round.
Just yogurt.
And you guys wouldn't take it. Cottage cheese doubles. Okay. They are little packs of cottage cheese with fruit jelly with it. You mix it together. It is fantastic. If you haven't ever tried it, you should. It's delicious. It's my 3rd round pick because I can't think of anything else right now, but I absolutely could have made that the Mr. Irrelevant pick. I recognize nobody else was going to take that. I don't care. I love cottage cheese doubles. They're delicious.
Dude, this is just yogurt, a yogurt container, but it's cottage cheese.
Pretty much. And it's really good.
All right, I'll take your word for it. I don't really like cottage cheese.
Can I take a banana or no?
Yeah, you could take a banana. I mean,
is that a snack? Yeah, that's a snack.
People can eat fruit as a snack.
All right, I'll take Kit Kats. I think that's where I want to go there in the 3rd round.
Glad we clarified that.
I love Kit Kats.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I had a Kit Kat, I thought it was otherworldly. I was like, you guys have been holding this behind my back for years, and it is amazing. So let's go Kit Kat.
I think that is a good pick. I think Kit Kats. Now that I'm thinking about it more, we probably shouldn't have included candy in the snacks section because candy is just kind of its own entity. But we're already too deep into this. But Kit Kat is a top tier candy.
It is a good, yeah. Yeah, I guess we could make candy its own thing. That's all right. We'll let it be. My 3rd pick. I mean, I guess I get these last two back to back, so it doesn't really matter what I draft because they're not going to get taken. Give me a variety pack of Welch's fruit snacks. I love Welch's fruit snacks. Gas station. If I want to not feel bad about myself while I'm driving and eating just crap, I'll eat Welch's fruit snacks because they're healthy, because they're fruit, even though you can just taste the sugar on those things. I will go with those. And then for my last pick, looking at pretzels. Could go another candy. I do like, what's that one brand of chocolate covered pretzels? I might go with those.
I don't know. The only pretzels I know of are Auntie Anne's and Rolled Gold.
I might go with those. I also am thinking if I want to be a little bit healthier. Oh yeah, these are good. The Flips. You guys ever have the Flips pretzels?
No, not that I remember.
Wait, no, not Flips. It was. Oh yeah, it's.
You mean Dots?
No, Dots pretzels are good too. But the thing I'm thinking of it's made by Hershey's. It's like Hershey's and they're cookies and cream pretzels. and they cover them in like white chocolate and cookies. It's so good.
You got a pick in here?
All right.
Flips.
But yeah, those are good too.
Okay.
Flips.
I have seen these.
I'm not going to pick those. I'm going to actually pick a little bit of a healthier one that I just like. Maybe this is lame. Feels kind of like a vanilla pick, but I'm going to pick it anyway. I'm going to go with a nice Belvita. I'm going to pick Belvita. I like Belvita. The biscuits, the cinnamon one's good. The chocolate one's good. The blueberry one's good. Again, another snack that I'm like, I eat it and I feel like not like crap because it's not chips, even though it's probably still not very good for you. Give me Belvita to round out my snack draft. Kenny?
Nice job. Does oatmeal count as a snack?
No.
You're not picking oatmeal.
No.
That's a
He's just trying to think of things to.
Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking of things that Jack likes. That's where I've kind of gone. My first two picks were just things that Jack liked because I was trying to steal things from Jack.
Taking M&M's, you're a man for that.
Pringles, because I'm just thinking of things he ate. And then I remember one time he left a banana in his backpack for a couple weeks. So that was another one that I just thought about. I know he liked oatmeal.
Can I tell that story? It wasn't a couple weeks. It was worse than that. So
I feel like I need to hear this story now.
So I had the banana. Kenny's going to get grossed out because I think he was in the dorm when I came home. So Kenny and I lived together freshman year, and I was walking home, and I had a banana in my backpack, and I didn't remember, and it was like deep in my backpack, and it was crushed between like some books and my computer. So I don't want to be too gross. It got like completely smushed, and I remember it like seeped through my backpack and like onto my pants as I was walking, and I felt it, and I looked, and I was like, oh my God. And so I had to sprint back to my dorm. I spent probably 2 hours cleaning the entire backpack. I had to clean banana off my computer.
So it wasn't in there that long then?
No, it just got smushed. It was just like disgusting.
It could be worse. I mean, if it was a rotten banana that was just in the heat of your backpack for like 3 weeks that got smushed, that would have been
that was bad. That was a bad day. Don't put bananas in a backpack, or if you do, put it in the cup holder part and won't get smushed.
I probably wouldn't put a banana in my backpack. Period. I'll just hold it. Did you make a pick, Kenny?
No, I didn't even get to make a pick. Just give me flaming hot Cheetos and we'll move on.
Oh man, I don't think you've. No way you like.
Yeah, I like them,
dude. The way your stomach would react to those. Oh my!
You have to have something by like a water or a tea next to you to combat it. But I like it.
Wow, that I honestly don't know if I've ever seen you eat those. But
my friends ate them a lot in high school, so I ate them. They liked the one with lime, but that was a little too much for me.
Oh yeah, I know exactly. They were in the purple bag.
No, that's Takis.
Oh, yeah. Wait, yeah, you're right. Sorry. I didn't eat Takis either. But I'm
not a spicy snack guy. So
my last pick, I'm going to also go with a more healthy one because the kids listening to this podcast, all of them
shouldn't be. Please turn this off and go listen to something intelligent.
Yeah, they should. Well, I'm going to educate them on another healthy snack, Nutri-Grain bars. Really good.
Not healthy.
They're more healthy than chips.
Have you seen what's in a Nutri-Grain bar?
No, I just get them.
It's like basically a candy bar. It's like the same thing.
Well, you know what? Those strawberry Nutri-Grain bars, either way, are damn good. Eat them all, kids. They're healthy no matter what Banana Man over here says.
They're good. They're good for kids. I don't think you should eat them as an adult. They're just like candy bars.
What's the difference?
Kids work off the energy. They're all running around.
Oh, fair enough.
We just sit in our offices all day and rot. I'm mad I didn't get M&Ms. Kenny, I went to the store yesterday. The only thing I bought was a family-sized bag of regular M&Ms.
Dang it, Kenny. You put that thing away right as I was trying to ask.
It's up now. Open the screen. And that's Jack.
Oh, man. I don't know if we can.
The other tweet he has up, by the way, is an article about NCAA infraction. What are you recently looking up on that damn computer? All right, we got it on the show. Let's go Mount Rushmore. To summarize, so I had Oreos, Cheez-Its, Welch's Fruit Snacks, and Belvita. Kenny, M&M's, Pringles, Kit Kats, and Flamin' Hot Cheetos. not a Kenny draft. Or it's a very Kenny draft, I guess, depending on your definition. Peyton Doritos, Lay's cottage cheese doubles, and Nutri-Grain bars. Good pick.
Very good.
I would swap mine if I went back. I would take Belvita and I would just do popcorn. I love popcorn.
That is a
Nice.
good one, especially like some Act 2 or whatever.
Act 2, Pop Secret,
Yep.
Orville
Good.
Redenbacher. Any kind.
Yeah.
Very good.
Man, Kenny's a popcorn elitist. All right. That'll do it for the show.
We have 2 ratios
guys-
to read.
Oh, we do have ratios. Sorry. We have ratios to read. That's why he has the NCAA fraction.
Okay, Kenny, I'm putting it up. There you go.
What's the first one?
The first ratio of the week goes to Southern Utah football, which received a couple infractions for tampering violations, which I just kind of find pretty funny that a little small program like Southern Utah is getting a slap on the wrist and getting all these penalties. But there's probably some other programs out there that are doing very similar things, if not more. The post got 25 replies, 96 quote and retweets, and 39 likes. Someone replied, "I can guarantee you whatever SU did, Oregon has done 100 times worse," and that got 77 likes. So that's more likes than the original post. So there's another ratio for you.
It is kind of funny that Southern Utah is the first one that I've seen get like nailed for this. Like, considering every single FBS program in the country is doing it like every day.
Whenever I see something like this, I just remember that North Carolina was letting kids take fake classes and getting away with it. So,
yep,
I don't think anything's much worse.
The Thunderbirds are dirty birds, though.
Thunderbirds. What's your second ratio of the week?
Second ratio of the week goes to SB Nation, an article written on posted May 28th, an ode to Karl Anthony Towns, the most annoying guy in the NBA. 1.1 thousand replies, 1.4 quotes and retweets, and 387 likes. It's also been bookmarked 565 times, and it has 6.4 million views. I didn't even read the article, but I just find it pretty funny that SB Nation left this up.
Yeah, I don't really know the point. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns is kind of a bit of a divisive figure, like in just terms of if people find his play style good or not. I don't think he's that annoying per se. I don't know what the basis would be for that.
I saw a good tweet about this that it was a meme of, it was like someone looking really like happy and someone looking really mad, and it was SB Nation the YouTube channel versus SB Nation the website, because the secret base YouTube channel is elite, but this is not a good. I like Cat. I get the frustration.
I do know.
I get the frustration with him where he's a 7-foot guy, and when he's not hitting threes, it's like, what are we doing? Go in the post. But I get that he's frustrating, but he's not annoying.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen people say he's annoying, really.
Kenny put the writer on blast. We didn't shout that out. I was distracted watching him pull up his Abe is his name.
Well, I wasn't trying to put him on blast. I was just seeing if he had written anything since, and he hasn't.
He's taking a vacation. He's not thinking about this one for a little while.
Yeah. I mean, Cat's done, I know, some things that got him kind of like made fun of on Twitter. I remember him like saluting the crowd after getting eliminated in the first round of the postseason, kind of got mocked, but
yeah,
annoying is just a bit aggressive for that, I would say.
I agree.
But yeah.
Mavs Celtics finals.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk some finals.
Former future Missouri Tiger Jason Tatum is in there.
It's true. He's back in the finals.
This one comes from our favorite TV series, The Today Show. Guys, why did the picture go to jail?
He was framed.
Yep, there you go. There we go. We finally got one. He was framed.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Thanks. Good joke. Al Roker. Don't look up Al Roker, right? White House. Or do. Whatever you want to do. All right, that'll do it for the show. Hope everyone enjoyed. We'll have, I'm sure, some more news and stuff to discuss on Friday. Or maybe we'll draft another segment, do a Mount Rushmore we will see. Either way, we'll see you guys then. Until then, take care. This has been the Unwritten Rule, unsullied by sponsorship since sometime
2020.
2024 or 2020 when we were originally founded.
KCOU.
Shout out KCOU. Till then, see you guys Friday.